My name is Mateo Peña Chavez, and this is a story of how my literacy suitcase was filled and shaped throughout my life. When I started kindergarten, my literacy suitcase was already partially filled. I grew up surrounded by language, storytelling, and a strong family support. Even before formal schooling, I was learning through conversation, church, and family interactions. Who filled my suitcase? It would have to be my parents, especially my mom, who is a special ed teacher. She played a major role in filling my suitcase. My extended family also helped develop my literacy suitcase. Growing up in Pacoima after being born in Michoacan, I was surrounded by cultural stories, community, and encouragement, which helped strengthen my literacy suitcase. The first learning theory is behaviorism, and it's the theory that learning happens through repetition, reinforcement, and rewards. It focuses on observable behaviors where correct responses are reinforced and incorrect ones are corrected. I experienced behaviorism through phonic drills, spelling tests, and reading practice in elementary school. When I performed well, I received praise and encouragement. These reinforcements strengthened my decoding skills and built foundational reading habits. The second learning theory is constructivism, and it suggests that learners build knowledge by connecting new information to prior experiences. Learning is active, and meaning is constructed through personal connection. I saw constructivism when teachers asked me to connect stories to my own life. Growing up in a close family and church community allowed me to relate personally to texts. I constructed meaning by linking what I read to my lived experiences. Third on the list is social linguistics. Social linguistics theory emphasizes that literacy development is shaped by culture, language, and social interaction. Language practices at home and in the community influence how students learn to read and write. As somebody who was raised in a Mexican household in Pacoima, my literacy development was deeply influenced by culture and community. Storytelling, bilingual experiences, and church all shaped how I understand language. My identity and environment directly influenced my literacy journey. Last on the list is information processing. Information processing theory focuses on how the brain encodes, stores, and retrieves information. It emphasizes memory, attention, and the mental process involved in learning. In high school, when I struggled with anxiety and bullying related to my cerebral palsy, reading required more cognitive effort. I had to reread texts, break information into smaller parts, and consciously process meaning. This reflects how literacy involves mental organization and memory strategies. Now let's move on to cueing systems. The first one is phonological system. The phonological cueing system involves understanding sounds and language. It includes phonemic awareness and decoding skills, matching sounds to letters. In elementary school, phonics instruction strengthened my phonological system. Sounding out words and practicing blends helped me decode unfamiliar words. This became one of my strengths in early reading. Now we're going to move on to syntactic system. The syntactic cueing system relates to grammar and sentence structure. Readers use knowledge of language patterns to predict and confirm words while reading. As I developed, I began using sentence structure to predict unknown words. My ability to understand grammar supported my comprehension and writing skills, especially as text became more complex. I know it might seem the same, but it's different. Semantic system. The semantic cueing system focuses on meaning. Readers use background knowledge and context to understand what they read. My family experiences, church involvement, and cultural background strengthen my semantic system. I often understood stories deeply because I could connect them to my own life. Background knowledge supported my comprehension as well. Last but not least is the pragmatic system. The pragmatic cueing system involves the use of language, understanding how language is used in different contexts and for different purposes. Overall, my attitude toward reading began positively because of my family support. However, during high school, anxiety and bullying affected my confidence. Reading became more of a challenge emotionally. Over time, support from my family and spiritual guidance restored my confidence. Literacy became a tool for growth and empowerment. Today, I see reading as a pathway to becoming the kind of teacher who creates a safe space for students. Now it's time for the burning question. My burning question is about literacy development, and I want to know, how can educators create literacy environments where students with disabilities feel safe, capable, and confident while developing essential reading skills?